Welcome to this video review. Today I'm going to talk about the features and I will do a short overview of a Kahles Helia 2-10x50i hunting rifle scope. This scope, it's not completely new. It has been on the market already since 2017. I presume we have a EVA report about this rifle scope from that year. As you probably know, Helia is a successor of Helia 5 rifle scopes, and I will try to summarize the background, how this rifle scope evolved, and I will also give you a short market overview. So around 2015, 2014, something like that, Kahles came out with a new Helia 5 rifle scopes, because before that time they had 4x zoom rifle scopes called Helia CBX and CBS, I think. Yeah. So they came out with Helia 5, which was positioned around 2,000 euros. So it was a little bit above Swarovski Z4 and below Z6. Normally, because Kahles is based in Austria, it's also the oldest rifle scope manufacturer in the world at the moment. They started their production in 1898, more than 120 years ago, but they're owned now by Swarovski. In their history, they made a lot of patents, they made a lot of innovations in the field of rifle scopes. They made the first hunting ballistic compensation turret. It was called Multi-Zero. They made the first, I think, waterproof rifle scope, and so on and so on. So they have a lot of innovation. You should check their webpage. But if you go back, they were acquired in the 70s by Swarovski. And Helia 5 scopes somehow didn't went well into the Swarovski portfolio. So basically, customers were confronted with a choice either to have a Swarovski Z4 or to have a Helia 5 scopes. So people at Swarovski thought, why should we do such cannibalization in our own group? And they repositioned the Helia and they discontinued the Z4. So from Helia 5, just Helia came out, and it was a lot cheaper because this rifle scope costs 1,650 euros. This is 400 euros less than Helia 5 scopes were priced. The main difference is in the illumination system. This was the main difference where they lowered the price. And they basically formed a completely new class for the Swarovski group, because now you have Kahles Helia scopes for, let's say, 1,500 euros roughly, and then you have the Z6, 2,000 euros, and then you have the Z8 for around 3,000 euros. So it's the whole portfolio of the whole group is much more, I would say, sensible. It's well thought of. If you look at the rifle scope itself, it's really Kahles design. You see immediately, even if there will be no Kahles sign on them, that it has a classical design with these sharp edges, almost like rifle scopes, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago were designed like this, with these metallic rings, and especially on the turret caps and on the magnification ring, you see this really classical Kahles design, which is, you immediately know that you are holding a Kahles. It's 34 centimeters long, 30 millimeter central tube. At the moment there is no rail available for them, so you can only buy them with a tube. That's also one, I would say, of the factors that they were able to lower the price that much. And the weight of this rifle scope is roughly 500 grams, so it's quite a light scope. The illumination control is on the left side turret. It's continuous, and it has a function with a position sensor that it turns off itself when if it's completely stationary for a couple of hours, or if you tilt it to either sides or down or up. In all of these cases, it turns off automatically. It's made in Austria. I would say proudly made in Austria, because Kahles and Swarovski, they're really proud on their local production. And it comes with a 10 years warranty. It was this particular model 2-10x50. It's second smallest, so it's 1-5x24, then it's 2-10x50, and then it's 2.4-12x56, and 3.5-18x50. So there are 4 models of Kahles Helia. This one is the second of the smallest. If I go to the reticle is in the second focal plane. It's a hunting style reticle, and there are 2 variations. That's really interesting because most of the manufacturers which are producing high quality scopes and wish to lower their price, let's say Leica Fortis, for instance, or Zeiss Conquest V6, which is made in Germany. Those are all scopes which try to offer great quality, European quality, for a little bit more affordable price. Most of them come only with 1 reticle, because you lower the price of the production a lot if you have only 1 reticle. But not with Kahles. With Kahles you're able to get 2 reticles, the normal 4A reticle and the ballistic reticle. I think it's called the G4B or something like that, which has a couple of lines under the center dot. They're all illuminated, and the illumination is daytime bright, just on the lower level of what could be considered daytime bright, and it has continuous operation on this knob of all the intensity levels. So there is infinite numbers of intensity levels, we could say, or at least big enough number. You can really fine-tune it for low light use. So the reticle is really nice. The illumination system itself, it's quite classic, so it's not as modern as in some scopes where you get the optical fiber inside of the reticle. Here it's a classical with a LED diode, and it's a little bit bigger than the best on the market. But in this price segment, still the illumination works and it's really good. The turrets are capped, multi-turn hunting turrets with nice grip. Clicks are audible and also quite tactile. They're okay. It's normally because you don't expect such hunting scope that you will manipulate the clicks a lot. Normally there is no zero stop, no turn indicator, classical hunting turrets. I do have to mention that Kahles is producing also I would say a vintage BDC turret. It has a vintage look to it. You can even buy it in gold color. I don't like it particularly, and I think it's sad because they invented the multi-zero concept, but now at the moment they are not getting, they are not making the BDC turrets on the same level of quality as they used to. I don't know if this is the decision of Swarovski or from Kahles. I think it would be a really great upgrade if they would revise the design of their BDC turret and made a better turret now. The elevation range is 16 mils and the click value is 1 centimeter on 100 meters. Now, if we come to the most important part, the optics. So we said 2-10 magnification range, which is ideal for all-around hunting in the European area. 50mm objective lens, and really exceptional field of view. 21 meters of field of view, better than all the competitors, better than Zeiss, better than all the competitors with 5x zoom or 4x zoom. Because let's be honest, this is a 1,500 euros rifle scope. So majority of competitors offer, I would say, optical performance which is not on par with its Kahles. It has no tunnel effect, and light transmission rate is above 90%. The eye relief is 95 millimeters, so a bit more than usual. So also the scope will be suitable for all hard-kicking calibers, even for African magnums. And a general impression is that the optics is really, really great. So I think now we can go to the short summary, but I will just speak about market position and competitors a bit before I do my sweet and sour part of the review. So in this 1,500, roughly 1,500 euros segment, you have this Kahles, you have Noblex N6 2-12x50, You have Zeiss Conquest V6 2-12x50i. You also have the 5x zoom Leupold. And that's about it. You have a couple of Japanese manufacturers, but they are not in the same class. And the new Steiner with 6x zoom is also coming, who will also be priced around 1,500 euros. And a lot of people ask, okay, this is only 5x zoom, but I get 6x zoom with Zeiss and Noblex. What should I do? Well, the reality is that when we talk about the field of view, when we talk about the optical performance in low light and resolution during the daytime, this will outperform majority or almost all competitors. Competitors do have bigger zoom factor, so they go to 12, not to 10 times magnification. And some of them, Zeiss to be precise, has a better illuminated dot in the reticle because they are putting an optical fiber inside of the reticle. It's thinner, it's finer, it's thinner, and so on. But when we talk about optics itself, I think that in this moment, I don't know any competitor which would offer the same field of view and the same optical experience like this Helia. So it's really worth having it on the list if you're buying a rifle scope, hunting rifle scope in a market around 1,500 euros. Now, okay, we can go to the sweet and sour part. What's really good and what could have been done better. Like I mentioned, the optics is really good. Exceptional for 1,500 euros. Also the classical design. A lot of people will like this sharp edges classical design, especially if you put it on some more classic looking wooden stock rifles. In this segment it will look nicer. I also think the big plus is Kahles in its history. They're producing rifle scopes for more than 120 years. That's, I would say, at least for me, it's of enough importance that I will consider Kahles, even if it wouldn't be optically as good as it is. I also think that the build quality is exceptional, and the, I would say, warranty cases are so low with Kahles and their service is so good that even in this respect, they're one of the best brands. Okay, what is sour? What could have been done better? I think that illuminated dot could have been done a little bit smaller because the Helia 5 had a perfect dot. And especially it could have been done a little bit brighter on the daytime settings. This would be nice. Second thing what I think this scope really needs, it's a proper BDC turret. The current solution of the BDC turret from Kahles is just not on par with the quality of, general quality of the scope. And also it has such a vintage look, even though the scope itself, it's very vintage with all these sharp edges and so on. I still think that the modern, I would say like Leica, similar to Leica BDC system would be much better. I also miss that you're not able to order this scope with an Swarovski SR rail anymore. I think this would, if this scope could have been ordered with Swarovski SR rail, I hope it will be in the future, then it would be a perfect scope. All in all, one of the best buys in this class. Like I said, it can be compared with Noblex and Zeiss, and you cannot go wrong if you buy it. For this amount of money, it will be hard to get better optics anywhere else. If you have any additional questions, please send us an email or use the comments below this video, and we will definitely get back to you and answer as we know, and well, answer everything what you will ask. Thank you.